Going on, guys, this is Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. In terms of talking about Virginia Tech hiring their next head coach. It's going to be James Franklin from Penn State, who is 128-60 in his time with Penn State during his 12 seasons and was fired this year. I like this hire for Virginia Tech. Look, I don't think James Franklin was the coach for Penn State to get them where they wanted to be in these last couple seasons with the how good their team has been. Like, just looking at it, with the expectations always been like, oh, Penn State, can they win a national championship or can they be anything serious like that? Getting a national championship, I think, has always been a question with Penn State with how good and how talented they've been in the recent years. And Franklin just has not been able to coach in those big moments, in those big playoff, like the playoff game last year. But looking into it, that's like with the expectations with Virginia Tech, that I don't think there were any heavy expectations of Virginia Tech. I think Franklin is a solid coach. I don't think he's a good enough coach to coach a national championship, but that's at Penn State. The expectations I think are a lot higher at Penn State than what they are at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's a team that in their last 6 seasons, they've only got one season where they've finished with a record of higher than 500. So there's been a lot of struggles with them. They have not won a bowl game since 2016. They've not been ranked in the top 25 since 2021. So this is not like Franklin's going on to a team to coach a team that's not been that's already been playing really good football, and he needs to come in. This is a team I think Franklin's coming in and try to turn their school around. And honestly, I think with Franklin being a very experienced coach, I think that you could see players start to potentially want to commit to Virginia Tech or transfer to Virginia Tech. And I think Virginia Tech could become a solid team. For years they were really good. They won the ACC 3 times. And I think that's got to be the ultimate goal for Virginia Tech. It's not to get in, and honestly, they'd probably get in the playoffs if they were to win the ACC. But I think the top goal is not a national championship. It's to win the ACC again. That's going to be hard. They haven't done it since 2010. I just look at all these things that haven't happened so long in the Virginia Tech, in their school that they have not achieved in so long. And I think those are some of the things you put on the list that James Franklin probably wants to accomplish in order of like getting back in the top 25 that hasn't been done in 4 years, and then finishing a season over 500, which has only happened one time in the last 6 seasons. And then also the fact of winning an ACC championship for the first time since 2010. And if you win an ACC championship, you're probably in the college football playoffs. I know I'm throwing out a lot of, high expectations. I think that there will be, like I said, a lot of players that might want to transfer or commit to Virginia Tech because of James Franklin. He's got a high resume in this, in college football with 12 seasons with Penn State, 128-60. I know he couldn't coach in the big games. He really struggled against ranked teams, but I think he's a solid head coach. And again, I think expectations are lower at Virginia Tech than where they were with Penn State. So I like this fit for Virginia Tech and for him. You guys give me your thoughts on the hire in the comment section, and peace out.